There are 3 critical steps to air dribbling. First step, setup. The first thing to getting a good setup as a new player is to have a rolling ball. Any bounce of the ball isn't necessarily bad, but what it causes is a more difficult first touch. You see, when the ball's bouncing and it's kind of falling off the wall, a high-ranked player can create a setup from this, but if this is your first time air dribbling, it's going to confuse the setup. So we want to keep it simple and get a rolling start. The way that you can practice this in free play is jump before you make your first touch to start pushing the ball, and then from there, you can drive it to the wall and you'll have a buttery smooth rolling ball for the setup. The second thing to understand on the setup is the first touch timing. On an air dribble setup, what we need to do is create space between our car and the ball before the setup. When a rolling ball starts to ramp up the wall in Rocket League, it stays glued for about the first half of its trajectory. However, as the ball starts to reach its apex, you'll notice something. Because of the spin of the ball, it will slowly fall off the wall the longer you let it roll. In order to get a perfect air dribble setup, what we don't want to do is hit it right when it starts rolling up the wall. This doesn't give the ball enough time to fall off the wall and create separation, so that way when we make our first touch, the ball's going at the net. In the same way, you don't want to wait too long for the ball to fall off the wall. If you wait too long, by the time you touch the ball, you'll hit it too far to the center and it's going to make the air dribble hard to recover. Instead, what we want to aim to do is hit the ball right as it's reaching the peak of its height. This is going to allow us to get the perfect amount of separation between the ball and the wall. And if you do this right, you'll have a first touch going perfectly at the net. Finally, the third and last step to get the perfect setup is strike the ball in the right spot. Here's the rule you need to remember. The closer your air dribble starts to the opponent's net, the more under the ball you want to be. This is because when you're close to the net, in order to get the ball out to the middle of the net, you need to get it towards the midfield on your first touch. Whereas if you're starting all the way from your back corner, we can get more behind the ball and still hit it towards the center of the net. If you imagine we're on the left wall and we're trying to air dribble towards the center of the net, we want to be striking the ball somewhere between 7 and 8 on a clock. If you strike too close to 9, you're going to hit the ball down. And if you strike too close to 6, you're going to be sending the ball up into the ceiling.